This is Thailand and Laos, two countries right next to each other. But what about their languages? In this video, we're going to find out how similar Thai and Lao languages are. Can you learn just one of them and communicate with the speakers of the other? Thai and Lao languages are part of the Thai-Kadai language family, which is a family of diverse languages found in southern China, northeast India, and much of Southeast Asia, with diasporas in North America and Europe. It is one of the major language families in East and Southeast Asia. The number of Thai-Kadai languages is estimated to be close to 100, with approximately 100 million speakers who are spread across 6 countries: China, Thailand, Laos, Myanmar, India, and Vietnam. As the name suggests, Thai-Kadai is made up of 2 major groups, Thai and Kadai. Thai, also known as Kham Thai, includes the 2 best-known members of the family, Thai and Lao, which account for over half the Thai-Kadai population. The shared linguistic background contributes to the similar grammatical structures, syntax, and substantial overlap in vocabulary between the Thai and Lao languages. Where are they spoken? Thai, the official language of Thailand, is spoken by over 60 million people. There are 4 major dialects corresponding to Southern, Northern, Northeastern, and Central. Central Thai refers to dialect spoken in Bangkok and is the Thai that is taught in schools or used for most television broadcasts, and it is widely understood in all regions. Lao is spoken by about 7 million people in Laos and another 23 million in northeast Thailand, though in Thailand it is often referred to as a Thai dialect called Isan in the northeast region. The people who actually speak it usually call it Lao. So you might be wondering why there are more Lao speakers in Thailand than in Laos. Well, after the Franco-Siamese conflict in 1893, the Lao-speaking areas were split by the Mekong River. On one side is modern Laos, and on the other, Thailand's Isan, or Northeast region. Despite political separation, the Isan language remains very similar to Lao, with only minor differences in vocabulary due to over a century of separate development. This linguistic bond is a testament to the strong cultural connections that include food, music, and architecture persisting beyond borders. Moreover, across latitudes, dialects show more affinity with Trans-Mekong River counterparts than with those to their immediate north and south, emphasizing a cultural and linguistic continuity that defies imposed national boundaries. Approximately 80% of words in Thai and Lao are cognates, meaning they originate from the same parent language with similar pronunciation and meaning. Here are just a few common examples. We will see many more in a moment when we compare the languages with sample sentences from the Ling app. Both Thai and Lao scripts were derived from the Khmer script. When I first saw Lao written, I could guess many of the words due to their similarities. Thai script comprises 44 consonant symbols, 16 vowel symbols, and 4 tone markers. Meanwhile, the Lao script contains 27 consonant symbols, 33 vowel representations, including combinations and diacritics for various vowel sounds, and also 4 tone markers. The Thai script contains several consonants representing the same sound, as ancient Thai contained numerous loan words from Sanskrit and Pali. Over time, spoken Thai evolved, and these loan words have also evolved, leaving duplicate consonants to show where the word originated, its original pronunciation. In contrast, the Lao script was simplified and brought closer to the spoken form, removing the duplicate consonants. Let's take a look at Thai and Lao grammar. They share many grammatical similarities due to their common roots. Here are some key points of comparison. Both Thai and Lao primarily follow a subject-verb-object sentence structure. Pronouns in both languages are often dropped when the context makes the subject clear. This is more prevalent in spoken language. Tense is not marked by verb conjugation in either language. There are no inflections. Instead, tense is usually indicated by time markers or context, as well as aspect markers. I will borrow now from the video I made showing the similar characteristics of not only Thai and Lao, but also all forms of Chinese, Vietnamese, Malay, and Indonesian. There is no tense indicated in the verb. Instead, they utilize contextual clues and aspect markers. Let me explain what context markers are. There are elements in a sentence that give us clues about the timing of the action based on surrounding information. For example, they can use time phrases like yesterday or tomorrow to indicate when an action occurs. For example, I go, or more naturally in English, am going, to the store. I went to the store yesterday. Thai, chambai rang ka muwani. Lao, koi bai khan, muwan koi bai khan. Now let's look at aspect markers. Aspect markers, on the other hand, focus on the nature of an action rather than when it occurs. They tell us whether an action is completed, ongoing, habitual, or occurring just once. This is different than tense, which is primarily about timing. Aspect markers provide a unique perspective on actions, emphasizing how they unfold over time rather than just pinpointing them on a timeline. In Thai, we have Leo, Yang Mai, and Khơi. Khao Bai Ipun Leo, Khao Yang Mai Bai Ipun, Khao Khơi Bai Ipun. Similarly, in Lao we have Leo, Yang Bo, and Khơi. Very similar. Lao Bai Nipun Leo, Lao Yang Bo Bai Nipun, Lao Khơi Bai Nipun. Now, the next big thing we will examine is how these different Asian languages express future actions, desires, and intentions with respect to the idea of going to Japan. Note that they're not always exact equivalents in the various languages. Desires, I want to go to Japan. In Thai, we have yak, chan yak bai Yipun. In Lao, we also have yak, ko yak bai Nyipun. Then we have necessity, I have to or need to go to Japan. In Thai, we have dong, chon dong bai Yipun. In Lao, also very similar, dong, koi dong bai Nipun. What about intentions? For example, I intend to go to Japan. Thai, wang pen, chang wang pen bai Yipun. In Lao, more or less the same, gam lang wan pen. But we can use gamlang, like in Thai, to show an ongoing action. Koi gamlang wang pen bai Nipun. Now for future actions, I will go to Japan. Thai, we use ja, chanja bai Ipun. In Lao, we also use ja, koi ja bai Nipun. Now for ongoing actions, like I'm going to Japan right now. In Thai, as I mentioned before, we have gamlang. Chan gamlang bai Yipun don ni. In Lao, we also have gamlang. Both languages use particles to indicate politeness levels, ask questions, and convey mood. Classifiers are used extensively in both Thai and Lao for counting nouns and in other grammatical functions. And to help you have a better understanding of the similarities or any differences between the two languages, let's take a look at some example sentences from the Ling app.
เอเลี่ยนเมื่อวานนี้พวกเราดูหนังเกี่ยวกับเอเลี่ยน
มนุษย์ต่างดาวมื้อวานนี้พวกเฮา เบิ่งหนังเกี่ยวกับมนุษย์ต่างดาว
Yesterday is virtually the same in both languages.
เมื่อวานนี้
มื้อวานนี้
We in Thai and Lao is very similar.
พวกเรา
พวกเฮา
However, in Lao, the R sound becomes an H sound in similar words. We in Thai and Lao is very similar.
พวกเรา
พวกเฮา
However, in Lao, the R sound becomes an H sound in similar words. In fact, Lao people have a hard time pronouncing the R sound.
พวกเรา
พวกเฮา
Now let's see how Thai and Lao say watch a movie.
ดูหนัง
เบิ่งหนัง
Notice that in Thai, the verb do is being used,
ดูหนัง
while in Lao, bang is being used.
เบิ่งหนัง
In Thai, bang means to look or to watch, quite similar in meaning to the Lao bang. But the more commonly used Thai word for to watch, as in watching movies or television, is do. The word for movie is essentially the same in both languages.
หนัง
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 As for the word for about in both languages, you have the same.
เกี่ยวกับ
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 There are two words here, gil, related to, and gap, with. So about is basically rendered as related to. In this sentence, Thai uses the English word alien,
เอเลียน
while Lao uses a phrase meaning human, different star.
มนุษย์ต่างดาว
The Thai equivalent to this is basically the same, Manut Tang Dao. Let's listen to the sentences again.
เมื่อวานนี้ พวกเราดูหนังเกี่ยวกับเอเลียน
มื้อวานนี้พวกเฮาเบิ่งหนังเกี่ยวกับมนุษย์ต่างดาว
ข่าว ข่าวตอนเช้าเกี่ยวกับนักร้องที่มีชื่อเสียง
ข่าว ข่าวมื้อเช้าแม่นเกี่ยวกับนักร้องที่มีชื่อเสียงโด่งดัง
In the next sentence, we have the word news, which is basically the same in both languages.
ข่าว
ข่าว
Now let's listen to how this morning is expressed in this sentence.
ตอนเช้า
มื้อเช้า
ตอนเช้า
มื้อเช้า
At first, they might seem quite different. Morning is chow in Thai and sao in Lao. However, don sao can also be used in Lao, and me is also a common word in Thai related to when. For example, me wan ni would mean today, where wan means day and ni means this. In Thai, don is also commonly used to indicate a specific time or period. Don nan at that time or then. For example, don ti pom yu tinan, when I was there. In Lao, it has a similar usage. You can also say don nan at that time. We have the words for about again.
เกี่ยวกับ
เกี่ยวกับ
But this time in this sentence, the Lao includes the verb men, meaning is. It's understood in Thai and not necessary. The Thai and Lao words for singer
นักร้อง
นักร้อง
is made up of two parts. The prefix nak indicates a person who performs a specific activity or profession. In this case, rong in Thai and hong in Lao mean to sing. So therefore, a singer. Notice again that the R at the beginning of sing, rong, becomes an H in Lao, hong. Here we have the very interesting way both languages express famous.
ที่มีชื่อเสียง
ที่มีชื่อเสียง
First we have T, which can mean that or who, and then me means has.
ชื่อเสียง
ชื่อเสียง
That means name plus voice. So name plus voice means famous. The Lao has
โด่งดัง
which can be understood as really or truly. Let's listen to the sentences again.
ข่าว ข ข่าวตอนเช้าเกี่ยวกับนักร้องที่มีชื่อเสียง
ข่าวมื้อเช้าแม่นเกี่ยวกับนักร้องที่มีชื่อเสียงโด่งดัง
ผีถึงแม้ว่าฉันไม่เคยเห็นผีแต่ฉันกลัวผี
ถึงแม้นว่าข่อยบ่เคยเห็นผีแต่ข่อยก็ย้านผี
The word for although in Thai and Lao is very similar.
ถึงแม้ว่า
Different pronouns are used for I.
ฉัน
Have never done something is expressed by saying
ไม่เคย
we have
เคย
indicating that you have done a particular thing, and mai and bo are the negations.
ไม่เคย
The word hen means see or seen in both languages. There is no tense expressed in either language. The word for ghost is basically the same, but with different tones.
ผี
The word for butt is exactly the same.
แต่
The word for afraid is
กลัว
in Thai and in Lao. The Lao yan is afraid with go to imply continuity. In Thai, go is used in a similar role to imply continuation or concession, but is omitted here. Now let's listen to the sentences again.
ถึงแม้ว่าฉันไม่เคยเห็นผีแต่ฉันกลัวผี
ถึงแม้นว่าข่อยบ่เคยเห็นผีแต่ข่อยก็ย้านผี
โรแมนติกเธอได้ยินมาว่าละครเรื่องนี้โรแมนติก
ลาวได้ยินว่าละครเรื่องนี้แม่นโรแมนติก
In Thai, เธอ specifically means she. The Lao pronoun in this case
ลาว
can be used for either he or she. The equivalent pronoun in Thai is
เขา
The pronoun te is also commonly used as a familiar pronoun for you when addressing a girl or woman, especially in informal context or among peers. This usage is particularly prevalent in Thai love songs. The verb to hear is virtually the same.
ได้ยินมาว่า
As mentioned before, wa introduces reported speech or functions like that, I heard that, I thought that, etc.
เธอได้ยินมาว่า
Ma means come in Thai, and here it implies information received from another source. In Lao, it's implied in this sentence.
ว่า
Are conjunctions used to introduce reported or quoted speech.
ละครเรื่องนี้
The word for drama
ละคร
is very similar. So is the word for story, rung, lung. L replaces the R in Lao, and here it functions as a classifier for drama. This drama story. The words used for romantic are both transliterations of the English word. Let's listen again to the sentences.
โรแมนติกเธอได้ยินมาว่าละครเรื่องนี้โรแมนติก
ลาวได้ยินว่าละครเรื่องนี้แม่นโรแมนติก
เศร้าพวกเราคิดว่าเพลงนี้เศร้ามาก
เศร้าพวกเฮาคิดว่าเพลงนี้เศร้าหลาย
The pronoun used for we here
พวกเฮา
involves the word pua used in both languages to form collective or group nouns. Using rao by itself in Thai would also mean we, but it could mean I. However, when we use puak rao, it's clear that we mean we. The phrase think that
คิดว่า
is virtually the same. The way to say this song
เพลงนี้
is also very similar. Notice the Thai word has an L, but the Lao doesn't. The word for sad is the same. Let's listen to the sentences again.
เศร้าพวกเราคิดว่าเพลงนี้เศร้ามาก
เศร้าพวกเฮาคิดว่าเพลงนี้เศร้าหลาย
การสอบ ฉันหวังว่าคุณจะผ่านการสอบเข้ามหาวิทยาลัย
สอบเส็งข่อยหวังว่าเจ้าจะผ่านการสอบเส็งเข้ามหาวิทยาลัย
การสอบ ฉันหวังว่าคุณจะผ่านการสอบเข้ามหาวิทยาลัย
สอบเส็งข่อยหวังว่าเจ้าจะผ่านการสอบเส็งเข้ามหาวิทยาลัย
Hope that is the same.
หวังว่า
หวังว่า
Kun is a polite and formal pronoun for you in Thai. Jiao is a common informal pronoun for you in Lao. Tan is more formal in Lao. The same exists in Thai. However, Tan in Thai is quite formal. You may hear it at a reception desk at a hotel. They may address you as Tan. Will pass is also expressed the same way.
จะผ่าน
The phrase college entrance exam
การสอบเข้ามหาวิทยาลัย
การสอบเส็งเข้ามหาวิทยาลัย
is also quite similar. The Lao phrase includes sang, emphasizing the testing aspect. Now let's listen to the sentences again.
การสอบ ฉันหวังว่าคุณจะผ่านการสอบเข้ามหาวิทยาลัย
สอบเส็งข่อยหวังว่าเจ้าจะผ่านการสอบเส็งเข้ามหาวิทยาลัย
ทุนการศึกษา เขาหวังว่าเขาจะได้ทุนการศึกษาจากประเทศญี่ปุ่น
ลาวหวังว่าลาวจะได้รับทุนการศึกษาจากประเทศญี่ปุ่น
In Thai, dai often means get or receive, but it can also function as an auxiliary verb indicating the completion of an action, similar to its usage in Lao in this case. So in Lao, dai khap means receive, and the equivalent in Thai would be dai rap with an R instead of the H sound. The same word exists for scholarship in both languages.
ทุนการศึกษา
ทุนการศึกษา
From is also the same.
จาก
When saying a country name, in both languages you start with the word country, pratet.
ประเทศญี่ปุ่น
ประเทศญี่ปุ่น
Here are the sentences one more time.
ทุนการศึกษา เขาหวังว่าเขาจะได้ทุนการศึกษาจากประเทศญี่ปุ่น
ลาวหวังว่าลาวจะได้รับทุนการศึกษาจากประเทศญี่ปุ่น
พัฒนา ฉันหวังว่าจะพัฒนาทักษะการพูดได้เร็วๆนี้
ข่อยหวังว่าข่อยจะสามารถปรับปรุงทักษะการเว้าของข่อยได้ในไวๆนี้
พัฒนา
Means develop or improve in Thai, while
ปรับปรุง
in Lao means to adjust or improve. The difference between speaking skills in Thai
ทักษะการพูด
and speaking skills in Lao
ทักษะการเว้า
is the word for speak.
พูด
เว้า
Also notice that gan is used to change a verb into a noun. In this sentence, to express can in the context of I hope I can improve, the can becomes in Thai ja plus the verb dai, and in Lao ja samat plus the verb dai. But ja samat dai is also possible in Thai. Samat by itself means to be able to. Soon or quickly is expressed by
เร็วๆนี้
ในไวๆนี้
Nai wai wai ni also means soon, but implies a slightly more immediate time frame.
ของข่อย
Here, mai is understood in Thai, which also uses kong plus pronoun to show possession. Here are the examples one more time.
พัฒนา ฉันหวังว่าจะพัฒนาทักษะการพูดได้เร็วๆนี้
ปรับปรุงข่อยหวังว่าข่อยจะสามารถปรับปรุงทักษะการเว้าของข่อยได้ในไวๆนี้
กลับมา ฉันหวังว่าเธอจะกลับมาหาฉัน
กลับมาข่อยหวังว่าลาวจะกลับมาหาข่อย
The words for come back sound alike. Typically, in this case too,
Lao drops the L of the Thai word.
กลับมา
กลับมา
Ha means to look for or to find. Here are the examples one more time.
กลับมา ฉันหวังว่าเธอจะกลับมาหาฉัน
กลับมาข่อยหวังว่าลาวจะกลับมาหาข่อย
รวย ถ้าฉันรวยฉันจะซื้อบ้านหลังใหญ่
รวยถ้าข่อยรวยข่อยจะซื้อบ้านหลังใหญ่
Notice the verb to be is not necessary to say if I were rich, just if I rich.
ถ้าฉันรวย
ถ้าข่อยรวย
Followed by I will buy house, classifier, big.
ฉันจะซื้อบ้านหลังใหญ่
ข่อยจะซื้อบ้านหลังใหญ่
If you have watched the video to this point, I'm sure you see how similar Thai and Lao are. So I really hope what I have shared with you in this video can ignite your motivation to learn Thai and Lao. Because why not? We shoot one arrow to hit two targets. So I am here to encourage you to give it a go. If you are interested in learning more about other Asian languages, to choose what to learn next, or just satisfy your curiosity, I recommend watching this video on how to master Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and Vietnamese. Thank you for listening. See you in the next video.